guys, I'm at Haley's studio.
Isn't that amazing? It's totally different.
So it's almost like you can use it like a watercolor. Do you want to demo
Sure.
with a darker one?
It looks like grape poop.
Ooh, hello. Ooh, and it's real gold. This is the most uncomfortable part, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let me think. Because I do want to break this into 2 parts. I think I want to film it as like just one continuous video.
Totally. And then
edit it. I can preview what's happening in the next one because we'll just film it all.
It is so weird. Look how huge this is. Like, how do you even work with this?
But yeah, basically.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Cool.
Okay, like we should just roll into this. Yeah, I wanna show how you do that really cool like thing with your fine tip applicator.
Sure. Oh, this one's actually ink.
Oh. The other one. This is just like a product in and of itself, this applicator.
Inside of here is MonaLisa metallic adhesive.
That's going to be used with this tip to apply really fine lines so that you can attach the gold leafing
So it works a lot more like a pen.
I mean, it looks like a little syringe needle on top. Oh, whoops. Ooh, yeah. So you can see a really nice line made out of that. I'm making a mess.
So whenever I use this, I always have like a test paper on the side just to make sure that I don't dive in there until I'm actually ready.
So we're gonna try a second adhesive. This one's a bit thicker than the other adhesive, the MonaLisa adhesive we were using. Can I just put some of this down on here?
We'll need to blow dry it first.
Oh, you blow dry it before?
Yeah, we want it to wait until it's like really tacky and more dry.
Okay. We went away and we let this dry until it was tacky. Hopefully it picks up. We actually waited quite a long time. So so we'll see. Do I just start rubbing
this brush right here?
Okay.
Yeah. A brush that's like more coarse.
Okay, so we got this coarse brush. Ooh, snap! I can read it better than I was expecting. Oh no, I need to stick these on a little more. What is this message for us? You can barely read it. Aw, it looks really nice. I messed up
when I was blow drying it, and that's why it's derpy. It was not Robin's fault.
What's up? It's editing Robin. Just so you know, the MonaLisa adhesive ended up being very runny. When we hit it with the hairdryer, it dispersed the liquid and made it harder to read. Our other adhesive was definitely more firm and held the design work. It was also a little bit 3D in the end. Just some things to think about in how you treat your different adhesives. Definitely play around with it for yourself before you do your final product.
This is Yupo paper. There's translucent and then heavy.
So this paper is special in the way that it interacts with watercolor, but I have never seen it in action, and Haley says it's something you kind of need to see to understand. So we're gonna discover it together right now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it just kind of repels. You can grab a brush and get in here.
There's like a little bug-looking thing in here.
So
I'm ruining your painting!
You're not ruining it though, because that's the thing about Yupo paper is like, if you don't like what you did, you can actually just like wash it off and start all over. This is Jacquard copper metallic alcohol ink.
Ooh. Ooh. This paper is like ultra smooth. Things can't really absorb down into the paper, so all of the texture and interesting things you're getting are just gonna sit on top, and then the water's gonna evaporate out and leave the pigments.
Try the Rose of Ultramarine. It gets a really nice, it's a duo color. And so
duo color?
Like there's 2 pigments in that Daniel Smith color.
So if you look in here, you can see the purples and you can see magenta in there as well. You really know your tools. You have like relationships with these colors. That's interesting. Like, oh, so you can probably activate this paint really well even after it dries.
Totally.
Because it's not absorbing into the paper underneath. So this is the translucent paper now. You can see my fingers through it. Oh, I love this color. It's so strong. This is interesting. Have you seen this before? Like, here it's peeling away from the paper differently than over here.
I think that happens whenever there's fingerprints.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like the grease from your hand. Probably. I just ate lunch, so I can see my fingerprints.
Yeah.
So like, ew, why are my fingers so dirty? That's interesting. So something to note if you've got nasty, greasy fingers like me. So she also has these watercolor inks. I'm gonna drip some Payne's Gray into this. Okay, it's bubbling. Dang, okay, would you drip already? Oh! Ooh, ooh. Oh. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, wow.
Keep going.
Oh, yes.
Just give it water and it will go there.
Ooh. This one is red oxide. Okay, so. Why am I so. What? Okay. Like the most pathetic little wheeze. I think it might be clogged because this thing is like not.
It's not you.
It's not. I mean, maybe it's me. This is Indian red.
May I?
Yes, of course. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. That's good contrast. It's like I like how it breaks up the.
Yeah, because the alcohol repels the water. I'll just drop it everywhere. Too much of a cool thing is still a cool thing.
What kind of ink was this one? This is the metallic ink?
Yeah, this is Jacquard metallic alcohol ink.
That's why it's pooling away so much, because it's an alcohol-based ink. Piñata color. I know, right? Ew, you can see my fingerprint. Like my... Ooh, that's just alcohol?
Yeah.
Like rubbing alcohol? We got some isopropyl alcohol. I would love doing something like this, using something like this as a underpainting to something else.
Yes.
Just something, it's so organic looking, and then throwing over like some kind of a gesso on top to mask out.
Totally.
Where you want to do like a portrait or something.
A clear gesso would work really well.
Clear gesso. Oh, because could you clear gesso the whole thing, and
Sure.
then you just have it already preserved in the areas, and you could paint over wherever you want.
I'm doing the same thing we did before, where I'm making like pools of water and then going to connect it. And it does kind of connect, but what's going to happen is this is just going to dry in a really boring way. Like it won't be anywhere near as exciting. And if we try the alcohol ink, it'll still like be cool, but it won't be like that. So, like,
Oh yeah, very different.
it is still really pretty. It's just very different
This,
effects.
yeah, this like peels away, so you have white that's exposed again. You never get the white of the paper back here because it's already soaked into it immediately. Can I start with this masking fluid?
Of course, yeah.
This is just masking fluid. It's a material that you use when you're watercoloring, and you can use it with acrylic, I just found out. Do you have to wait for this to dry before you can...
You do, but it dries pretty quickly. It dries at a similar rate that acrylic does.
Okay, I'm gonna do the masking now.
Cool.
Check out my sick mandala. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll be able to rub away the masking fluid after it's dry.
I can show you a painting I did with masking fluid and
Yeah.
acrylic.
Show me. She worked on top of gold paper and then put the masking down anywhere where you see a line and went over the top of it with black acrylic.
This is like the paper.
So before and after. Haley uses an eraser when she removes her masking fluid. So let's, oh, yes. That's cool. I like that a lot. Oh, this makes me want to get a lot more experimental with the mediums I'm using.
This is like a palette knife I use a lot too.
Nice. That's awesome, actually. This seems really cool.
Like I got all these textures just by like having really thick paint, using lots of medium, and then like rubbing it all around with that.
Yeah. Okay, so this next material is all sorts of metallic oil paints. Okay.
So it's gold pigment and copper pigment that's suspended in alkyd resin.
I'm so weak.
Actual is hard. I like the rich gold.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Whoa! It's just like
It shot out. Silver's getting a little favoritism because this is a huge swatch. Oh, it smells very strong. I like it a lot. I really like the way it smells, but it's pungent.
I really like the copper one.
Lineup.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Probably silver, because it's the biggest one.
Because it's the yeah. Ooh, that.
Oh, we can move this.
Okay. So yesterday I went and visited this artist, Jeff Hine. Hi, Jeff, if you're watching this. Oh my gosh, hello. He had a very unlimited palette. If you guys have seen my videos, you know a lot of the times I just work with a very small number of paints, especially when it's acrylic. It's generally just the primaries plus white and black for shading and tinting. But these are all oil paints, and they're from
Gamblin.
They're from Gamblin, but
line.
it's the Radiant line. So when I was at that artist's studio, he had colors like this embedded in the skin. Focus. There we go. So when I was with Jeff, he had colors like this in the skin of his portrait subjects, and they were so realistic and beautiful. And these pops of really radiant color were just beautiful. These aren't things that you can necessarily mix just using a limited palette in the primaries, because they're kind of their own family of colors. Oh my gosh, I'm a beauty guru right now. Y'all get ready for Easter. Okay, we got a whole spread. We got a whole new spread coming. Ooh, okay, this one for sure is a color that you need to get specifically. You cannot could never mix this. It doesn't look the same on my camera as it does right here.
Oh, it really
I think it's
doesn't.
the angle of the light. I'm gonna get it with my phone. This is really nice. I have an acrylic paint that's super cheap. That's this color, and it works like terribly because it's so cheap. But I need the pigment, like the color pigment, and I just never buy new supplies, which is like, I'm very frugal. I don't really ever experiment with new supplies.
And I waste all my money on new supplies.
There we go. That's our beautiful swatches.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. Okay, the granddaddy. So our very last supply is this. It is so weird. Look how huge this is. Like, how do you even work with this? These are oil paint sticks.
Yeah, RNF pigment sticks.
RNF pigment sticks. You can't see it because clearly this is a messy tool.
So this is oil paint in a stick, and it's really great if you're more inclined to drawing than painting. I don't take great care of these, so they're very dried over and crusty. If we just go a little bit, and then it will peel off the skin. Oh, that's smart, Robin.
So you can see, I'm shaving this off because you can see
That's
it's
smarter.
wet in here and then definitely has a skin on it. Well, can we see that in the camera? You can see the difference in color. And then on the other side, you can see it's just oil paint. Straight up oil paint inside here. We could probably mix these together too. Do some more finger painting.
Hey, I like this color. That's nice, actually. I've worked with them a fair bit, and I use them for when I want to get like some interesting kind of expressive marks in an oil painting, and I kind of want to switch things up.
Watch this. Just like, why did I want to show that? Now
It's kind of appealing.
It is kind of appealing. It's like almost like cutting through slime because it has some resistance. Now you can use it more like a stick with the top of it cut off. You can see the difference between using it with the top cut off versus this one, which does not have the top cut off. It's basically
like a crayon. You're trying to show things and they're just like all in the way. I have actually used them to do like a realistic portrait, and it worked really well. When you get pigment sticks, they come in like nice clear little containers that will keep them from drying out. And if you care about the things that are very expensive, then you take good care of them. So do that. Don't be like me.
Sometimes it's fun with materials to give yourself extra challenge and take away some of your control, because experimentation can take place in that moment, and you loss of control means you're gonna have to react to the limitations of your supply. Oh, ASMR. the worst kind.
This is a painting I did like forever ago, and I used lots of the pigment sticks
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's
Little baby me did it forever ago. You can zoom in on
look,
it. That was my like first painting I sold. That wasn't a commission.
It's so beautiful. This is baby Haley.
Yeah.
And she said she used these marker sticks a ton in this painting. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Did you use the one we're using right now in this
Yeah,
area down
yeah,
here?
yeah.
The color looks so similar. Do you guys see that? There it is. There it is in practice when you're actually doing a good job with it. These are the RNF pigment sticks. And
Oil in a stick.
Oil in a stick. Bet you never heard of oil in a stick. I was like ready. I was like, it looks like I'm about to do puppetry with them. Like make them talk to each other. Okay, I'm gonna refrain from doing.
Wait, you should do the outro like that. Do you want to be the massive one?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, this is so embarrassing. This is so nerdy. Okay. Well, everybody.
Just like that. That was it. You got the take. You got the take.
That's the take. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, folks. Haley, thanks for being here. Subscribe and check out Haley's channels in the description. All of her channels.
All of my channels.
Her social media links will be linked below. And have a wonderful day, folks.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a wrap.